Welcome, cross-country fans. Ken Manning, along with Janine Onum, as we're here today. It's Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC. Well, it's our version of Cross Country Day. It's the sectionals. Janine, thanks for joining us once again. Last year, we had a chance to work together at the state cross country meet. Well, we're going one step earlier here today at the Westby sectional. Glad to have you on board.
Thanks a lot, Ken. It's fun to be here today.
You know, we had to go out and kind of scope out the area because Janine is going to be one of those people, the person behind the scenes for me here today. She's going to get some of the runners as they come around what I call a little peninsula, and then on the backside of our starting area. I think we got things kind of scoped out there, Janine.
Well, I hope it sure makes for some good footage today, Ken.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to see some really good running regardless of how either you or I do with that footage.
That's awesome.
But we're going to do our best anyway. So, well, we take a look here. Janine and I are colleagues at Brookwood Elementary, and she is a first grade teacher. But even more intriguing with this, Janine, is you have two immediate colleagues in Jody Thayer and Intava Tinor as first grade teachers. They have daughters running here today for the Brookwood Falcons. How have they been holding out this week?
Well, I think yesterday the moms kind of talked a little bit, and maybe some nerves came into play for them, but they weren't going to let their kids see that today.
Well, we'll see them walking around. Well, Jody, she'll be sprinting all over the place. She's a runner herself, right?
Oh, yes, she is. She talks a lot about the good old days.
Well, and she's pretty competitive with things. Intava, a little more laid back with stuff, and I think she'll probably be okay watching Lainey and that as everybody, goes through this course. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Brookwood Falcons. And then we're going to talk about some of our other teams as well. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the teams. Brookwood, for starters here, since we kind of know them a little bit. For Brookwood, the girls, they've had a pretty good season so far, and they're one of those teams that you have to watch out for today.
Yeah, I think once they got the season going, they came into a good rhythm, and I think they're excited about running today.
Yeah. On the boys' side, of course, they were returning state runner-up last year. Not quite the team that they had, obviously, with graduation, and some guys decided to go and play football. So, you just never know. But they do have one runner in Dylan Powell. He's had a very, very good year.
Yeah, it'll be very exciting to see Dylan run today.
Of course, we know him pretty well from the wrestling side of things, so that's one of those that we like to cheer people on when we know them in many different facets. Well, for the Westby Norsemen, as they host here today, their boys team is a dark horse, I guess is what we would say, Janine. They have a couple of guys that are hopeful in maybe placing in that top five where they could qualify for state. Team-wise, they're going to have to really stay together, run as that pack, as we know, very important to run as a pack.
It's all about the numbers, right? The lower the number, the better?
That's absolutely correct. Yeah, the lower the number, the better. We'll see how that all kind of portrays out as well. Well, also, while I think about this, the Kickapoo Lafarge, I don't know if they're combined again or not, but Kickapoo has a great team, both boys and girls. Girls have a phenomenal year, led by Annalise Eggy and Nolan Reese for the boys. Those two come back as veterans, Janine, and I tell you what, their presence is going to be noted very well here today, I think.
I've heard that the girls are doing amazing things, and I'm sure the boys are as well.
Yeah. It's going to be quite the day over here. Behind us, as you can see, this is Tent City, and Tent City is where all the teams kind of congregate, get their tents up, they stretch, they warm up, they walk the course, couple. They might jog it a little bit, but I mean just a little. You don't want to spend too much energy on that, but they will walk the course here. A lot of them are doing that right now. I'm just trying to think. A couple other teams are going to be following the Viroqua Blackhawks. They got a young team this year. They may not be in the running, but they're going to be, as far as a team title, but they're definitely going to be here to compete. Cashton is here. All of our area schools, Janine, it just looks to be a fun day.
Oh, I'm so excited to see the kids going at it.
We're going to take a little break here. We hope to find some of our coaches, and we'll sprinkle them in throughout our broadcast here, tape delayed. We're glad to have you on board. We hope that you enjoy today's Division III sectional cross country meet. For Janine Autumn, I'm Ken Manning saying stay tuned. More action coming up. But first, let's take a look at all those terrific sponsors helping to support today's broadcast. Well, back we come here to the Westby sectional. It's cross country time. With me, head coach Mindy Waddell for the Brookwood Falcons. We'll be talking to head coach Brian Hebner in just a little bit, probably after the meet. But Mindy, thanks for taking the time out here prior to the start of this race. We're about 45 minutes away. What do you have the kids doing right now?
Well, the boys race first, so right now they are just getting ready to, kind of get their shoes ready and prepare for their warm-up and stretch. I do have them about an hour prior to race time kind of seclude themselves so that they can go somewhere as a team and just kind of discuss their team strategy and really focus on the race at hand and not get distracted by kind of all the fans, moms, and spectators all around here.
That's one of the unique things about cross country is everybody is in the mix around here. And it's kind of interesting to hear you say, we need you to get away by yourself. I think that's not a bad idea.
Well, right. I mean, because I understand that moms and dads, and siblings, want to see their son or daughter prior to the race and give them all their good luck vibes. But the kids do need that time to really focus on their race and, be with their team, just kind of the small team one-on-one type of a thing.
When you take a look at your practice schedule, say 2 or 3 weeks out, how do you kind of change things up to get prepared for sectionals, knowing that that's your step for the state tournament?
Yeah, so starting about conference week, which would have been last week or even the midweek before, we start to taper. So we do a long run every single week, generally on a Monday, but we start tapering that. Our miles come down, and essentially then their legs feel refreshed. They're not as overworked and they're not as tired, so that when we get to the tournament series, their legs are just fresher.
I think that's a lot. I would attribute a little bit of that with wrestling, because we kind of would do the same thing with that. We take a look with the sport of cross country. We talk a lot about pack running, and it seems to me like your girls have been doing a pretty good job of that this year.
And I have told them that all season long, that their strength lies in their pack, and they are very well aware of that fact. We have, depending on the day or race, 2 to 3 different packs, generally 2 to each pack. But I have a feeling today that we're going to have 2 solid packs. We've had a phenomenal, the best week ever of practice all season. Some girls have really stepped up, so I'm very anxious to see how those packs come together today.
Well, I think the Falcons are one of those teams that people are kind of keeping an eye on. Don't you agree?
I agree, yes. Early on in the season, I know we were kind of ranked for a while and have fallen out of those rankings, which I kind of think is a good thing, because then the girls don't get so caught up in watching the rankings. They just go out and race and do what they can do.
Yeah. On the boys' side, last year, a state runner-up situation, a whole different team, but one of your leaders in Dylan Powell, he's been running pretty well this year.
Yeah, he is, I think, ranked about 3rd and should hopefully, qualify today individually.
Yeah, it's all about once you get out there. And we hope that he qualifies as well. Dylan's a great kid. I know there's so many young people out here that are fantastic, but when you get to know somebody personal, you just your heart goes for it, doesn't it?
Yes, last year he had that boys pack. They were all together every single race, even in practices. So this year's been a very different dynamic for him. Yes, he's very well physically fit and trained and ready. It's just he has had to dig down personally to really push himself in practices because he does not have that push with him like he did last year.
Sure. That makes total sense with that. You got to have that group behind them a little bit. Well, Mindy, we want to wish you the best of luck here today. We'll see how things go, and maybe we'll get a chance to talk to you afterwards. We'll wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, Mindy Waddell, the head coach for the Brookwood Falcons, boys and girls, one of the teams to watch out for on the girls' side. We'll be back with more here from Westby after this.
Remove your caps and join the Westby Area High School Choir under the direction of Mr. Peter Eng, the singing of our national anthem.
Whose
Welcome back to Westby, ladies and gentlemen. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions. We're ready to begin the Division III boys side of things as we near the 12:15 mark. The starter, Tim Lee, for the WIAA, having the boys now lined up. Thanks again to Janine Autumn down at the starting line, getting things set up. And things are getting quiet and serious as they line up. Gun is up. And the 2021 Division III cross-country meet underway here on the boys' side as they come hustling towards us. And, of course, they're going to hit this quick wall here. And I tell you what, it's a very steep incline that they come up to. We'll watch them attack that. And here they come, catching the boys throughout. The mass of runners. And they are looking to go around the far side here. We'll do the same. Well, from our vantage point here, we take a look as Tanner Gibbons leading the way. There's a young man who is about 10, 15 yards right behind him, and then here comes the slew of runners on top of that as they attack the long sloping hill here at Westby. This is the first leg of the hill as the boys string themselves out here. Well, I tell you what, I didn't hear the number as far as how many runners today, but in a sectional, you're looking at about 20, 22 teams, somewhere in that vicinity. We'll get the official count and number in just a little while, following the runners as they continue up the hill. Yep, and now they're going across the skyline here. And they'll pick up on the back side here. But I tell you what, the lead runner has a great distance right now. He has extended his lead from about 15 yards to, I would say he's almost a 50-yard lead at this point. There you can see the rest of the runners. Top 2 teams qualify for the state tournament, and the top 5 individuals that are not on a team also qualify. So we wish everybody the best of luck here as they continue on. And they'll wind up on the back side of us here. We'll get to that. We'll turn and see if we can catch any of them there in just a moment. Well, from our practice vantage point here on the football field, we watch as we just noticed Tanner Gibbons going by, and boy, a long strides of the lead runner. I was trying to catch where he was from, if that was Durand or where it was, but he has really got a good gap right now. Here you can see in the background of that fence, the wired fence there, for a softball facility, as they are on the outfield side of that. Some gap runners right there. That should be interesting. Well, we're going to turn things over and see if we'll pick up, as Janine Autumn will pick up the runners as they come around our peninsula. We come back to the second lap here now of this 5,000 meter course. There's the lead bicycler in Tanner Gibbons as everyone follows him, and he's telling everybody, the fans, make sure they stay away. That's a good job. Boy, I tell you what, they got to be more aware of things here. The runners cannot be impeded in any way by any of the fan base. There's a nice attack, but I tell you what, that's a Durand runner, and he just attacked the hill right here. A great job looking at the meet itself. Again, Brian Hebner, Dave Nelson, the coaches here for the Westby Norsemen, getting this field in tip-top shape. Durand really doing a great job leading. We see Dylan Powell of Brookwood, Eli, and Taylor for Westby. They're right behind. There they are. Kickapoo Lafarge. I tell you what, some great runners here today. And again, you have to get it whittled down to the top 2 teams and the top 5 runners that are not on a team. Swinging around, we missed the lead runner already here on the backside on loop number 2. Here is Nolan Reese right there for Kickapoo Lafarge. He's got a good stride. Aquinas runners. There is Powell again. Taylor and Eli are right behind here. They are probably going to need to close the gap a little bit. They'll run together, try and support each other as they are vying for a spot in the state cross-country meet. There they go. Well, the final loop here, and we will head to the finish line. More of our runners here going up the loop. There is Dustin for the Norsemen. Well, the train is quite long here when you stop and think about how things are going. Some pretty good competition here today. Let's take a quick break. We're going to head to the finish line as they continue to race here at the Westby Division III Sectional. Well, here we come. Here is the winner of today's race. Holy smokes. Did he ever come away with that victory? A young man from Duran, and he showed everybody how it's done. Unbelievable time right there. I wonder if he approached the course record. I would not be surprised. So Duran coming up number 1 here on the individual basis. Number 2 coming across here. Pirate, I'm thinking it's CFC, Cochran Fountain City. Good job there. And here is Nolan Reese. Boy, a nice run by Nolan. Coming across here in 3rd place. For sure he'll be in the state tournament. And here is Aquinas now.
Good job, guys.
They're going to finish 4-5. Here comes Dylan Powell. Dylan will be number 6, and I would have to think he's got a great shot at being in the state tournament. Nice work there for Dylan. Here comes Mondovi, so number 7. 8th place, Whitehall. Bangor. Here comes Westby picking up. I believe that's like 9 and 10, so boy, they got a great shot here. Eli and Taylor coming across here. We'll keep our fingers crossed for them. If you're a Norseman fan, hoping that they'll be able to make it to the state tournament next weekend. Another Kickapoo Lafarge. Here comes Viroqua. Boy, what a nice run there. Aquinas. I totally lost track of the placements now, but we'll have that at the bottom of the screen here for you as the teams and runners coming across. Here is Onalaska Luther. And Viroqua coming up again. Nice showing here by the Blackhawks. Well, good gap here. Here comes Westby, and this is Jet Sherry, number 3 spot for them. Duran and the Blackhawks. Boy, here they come again. Kickapoo Lafarge trying to make a move. Now, Aquinas, they're going to be tough to beat. And there is a finish. Kickapoo Lafarge, one of those teams that you're kind of looking for. Another good finish by a Norseman. It all comes down to the numbers game now. Here's Cashton. This is one of their first runners. There's nice job by Dustin for Westby. That might have been a big placement right there. You never know. Duran coming across here. Norseman following close. This last few feet, I tell you what, that is always, it's about a 50-yard sprint. Once you get up over the top of the hill here, as you can maybe look way down. And when you hit that hill, like I said, it's 50 yards of you just got to put it down and try and get across. It might even be a little more than 50. It might be 75, 80 yards. But a great job here today and a nice, cool Saturday afternoon here, October 23rd. Here comes Viroqua. Tell you what, gotta love the effort from these guys. Ladies coming up next here, they will start at 1 o'clock is the start time for their race. Cashton runners, local runners coming through. Here's a sprint coming up. Whitehall is going to edge kick Kapoo Lafarge there. A couple of Blackhawks. Well, I tell you what, great race today. We'll have the team results for you as well in just a little bit. And we're going to sit back and take a look at more of our runners coming down the pipeline here.
Keep moving through, guys. Keep moving through. Keep moving through. Keep walking. Good job, Grant.
Well, let's pick up on the final runners as we say thanks once again to those sponsors helping to bring you today's action.
Let's go, Riley! All the way through, Riley. All the way through. Good job, guys.
Welcome back to Westby. It's the Division III sectional race. And here we are now with the women's side of things, as you can see from the distance. They have reached their mark. And we'll keep an eye out as, again, Tim Lee looking to start the race. All the teams now lined up and set. Congratulations to the boys and their race. We'll get all those results, have those results for you in just a little bit. And we'll wait to see when Tim raises his arm, the orange wrap on his arm. And things are going to get serious in just about a moment. If they're not already, right? And the gun is up, and here we are. And the 2021 cross-country sectional meet on the women's side is now officially started as the teams come across. We'll keep an eye out, of course. It's the Kickapoo Lafarge squad, Brookwood Falcons, the Westby Norsemen. We got some good runners coming up here as they come in for the attack. There is Annalise Egi coming by us. And now Aquinas here on this outside part. Varroqua's in there. The team's working through. And we'll follow them and we'll cut across as the mass continues along the way. And we will head across to the far side to catch them coming around the bend behind the shed. Well, there goes Tanner Gibbons on the bike as he is the lead for this 2021 race. The girls packed up. Boy, a nice bunch right there. There's 5 of them running together. 6 it looks like. And then there's another set of 6 right behind. So that is going to be a fun race if they can stay that close together. Look at the number of runners going through. I think we had close to 100 runners in the boys' side. And the girls, looks like there's a pretty fair number with that as well. We're going to swing around here and see if we can pick up, take a look and see. I think there is Tanner right making the little turn and following along here. Boy, what a string of runners here as they try to distance themselves. This hill, again, they run the 5,000 meters, same as the boys. It's the same course. And that long sloping hill can be a killer. And there they go across the skyline, gliding along. All right, let's take a look at, we'll see if we can catch them over on the side of the elementary facility. Well, behind the Westby Elementary, we now see Tanner Gibbons on the bike going across, and that means the girls following suit, and there they are. One is broken free here of about 10, 15-yard lead, and then there's a pack of about 8 runners right behind. So this is going to be quite the race, and we'll see how things kind of filter out, is how I'll say it, when it comes the second time around as they hit the hillside on that long sloping hillside one more time. More of the runners coming across. They are bunched rather close together. Taking a look as they streamline across behind the Westby Elementary around the JV and actually 7th and 8th grade softball fields down there on the bottom. We'll take a break and watch them come up the quick start up on that sharp incline in just a moment. Well, from on top of the practice football field, we take another quick observation of this cross-country Division III race. Ladies, this is what I would say is considered a pack. Your top two, and then there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 runners right here. The 8th runner by herself, but boy, oh boy, what a job by these runners today. A very solid race for sure. And we're going to watch them as they come up here, and they're going to attack the steep incline once again. Let's see how they go with it. Here goes the runners coming up. One in the blue there, I'm not sure if that's New Lisbon or who that is. She really surged up the hill. Here comes more of the runners. That's the one, number 9, was by herself. Here comes another pack. That's 3. And there is some more following. Looks like the Brookwood Falcons in there, a couple of those runners. Kickapoo Lafarge right in the thick of it, though. It's going to come down to a dandy race, no doubt about it. There's 3 Kickapoo Lafarge runners in this pack. That's huge for them. And Brookwood following. There's Norseman coming along. All right, we're going to go to the, we're going to swing around on the backside here and see if we can find our runners. Our lead runners, as we take a look on the side, and this is just an excellent view right here. You can see these ladies working hard. Annalise Egi right now in the number 4 spot. Moving along, a pretty good stride there too. Kickapoo Lafarge, teammate. As they attack the hillside here. This is, as I mentioned, this is the second time around, and I tell you what, you better be in shape, right? That's the important part when it comes to that. Keep those legs underneath you. Looks like a Cashton runner. Kickapoo Lafarge doing a nice job running in a pack here. As they continue on. The train, if you will, has become a lot longer as the teams are able to, individuals, and maybe I should say, kind of distancing themselves from their competitors, but nonetheless, still a great race here. And as Janine and I talked earlier, it all comes down to the numbers and how high you can place for your individual team. All right, we're going to head to the finish line, as that's coming up in just a moment. with the final, and this is Mara Gruen. Boy, what a job she did here in the race.
All the way through.
Very consistent. Here comes Bangor and Mondovi, followed by CFC and Melmin. That was 4. Here comes Annalise Agee. This might be number 6. I think maybe 5 came through. Nice race there by Annalise. And CFC again, boy, top 10 finish, a couple of runners. Here comes a sprint, and this is going to be Kickapoo Lafarge going to nip Brookwood here. And Duran with Westby in the top 10. Boy, good run there. Here comes Durand again. They're going to go with Cashton coming through. Followed by Brookwood here. So, boy, I tell you what, that was quite the sprint here, isn't it? Here comes a couple more. Westby trying to make a move in Denali. Hebner. Good run there for Denali. Duran's going to come in back to back. Here comes Kickapoo Lafarge. They're trying to go back to back, keep that team score as low as possible. 3 runners for Kickapoo Lafarge here out of the last 4, and then Bangor. Check that, Brookwood there. Excuse me. Oh, the final 80 yards or so coming up. There's Aquinas. I think that might be one of their top finishers. Cashton going to sneak by Durand right at the end. And another blue gold crossing the line. Well, now the tally is going to begin, right? As the team score are going to be determined here on the finish. Durand really has been doing a nice job of bringing up their runners fairly close together, so that could be interesting. Here's Bangor, West Viroqua, Kickapoo Lafarge going to sneak in. Here comes Norseman with a couple of runners. Well, tell you what, you couldn't ask for a better day today than what we have. Temperature probably just shy of 50 degrees here. It might be 50 now. Runners hitting that sprint here in the last 30 yards or better, trying to get the finish, try and add to their tally. Watching them hit this finish line, and of course it's the photo finish here, so I know the exact time as they come across. Comes a Blackhawk. And a couple of blue goals to finish off here. Well, the awards ceremony is going to be coming up here shortly, where we can get an idea as far as the top 2 teams will qualify for the state meet, and the top 5 individuals that are not on a team. Same as the boys. We'll have that coming up here in just a moment. Let's take a quick break. We'll take a look at those sponsors helping to bring us today's action as we finish up here in the girls Division III sectional meet at Westby.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get you some results here. I want to again thank our WIAA officials this afternoon for today's race. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Of course, thank you for the teams that are coming. Thank you for the workers here at the beautiful Ken Trott Memorial Westby Cross Country course for today. Thank you to our coaching staff, our admin team, and our workers, from the ticket takers all the way down to your announcer. Thank you for the concessions as well, Mrs. Marks and the FCCLA program. All right, let's get started with our boys. Team results for boys. In 12th place as a team with 289 points, Whitehall. Placing 11th, 247, Cashton. In 10th, 240, Blair Taylor. In 9th, with 235, Brookwood. In 8th place with 183, Bangor. In 7th with 180 points, Luther. 6th place with 155 points, Cochrane Fountain City. In 5th place with 147 points, Viroqua. In 4th place with 139, Durand. In 3rd place with 101, Westby. In 2nd place with 88 points, Kickapoo Lafarge. Congratulations, Aquinas, with your first place finish of 68 points. In the meantime, the 2nd place team, Kickapoo Lafarge. In 7th place for the team, Aaron Kamlick. Please come up and get your medal. 6th place, Zach Hansen. 5th, Sam Miller. 4th, Ryther Gerke. 3rd, Dylan Jacks. 2nd, Corey Kamlick. 1st for Kickapoo Lafarge today was Nolan Reese. This team from Aquinas. The 7th place finisher, Max Byington. 6th place finisher, Tate Fledgy. 5th place, Ben Swift. 4th place, Clan Greg. 3rd, Nick Dry. 2nd, Alex Taylor. And 1st, Jonathan Skemp. And now we'll list our state qualifying runners, beginning with the individual 5th place. The time of 17 minutes, 5.5 seconds from Whitehall, Kevin Carroll. Kevin, come up, get your medal, and take your place on the stand. 6th individual, how about I go backwards? 4th individual, from Mondovi, Landon Clark. Third individual, from Brookwood, Dylan Powell. Landon's time was 17 minutes, 0.7 seconds. Dylan's was 16:55.6. The 2nd place individual finisher, from Cochrane Fountain City, Wesley Pronchinski. Time was 16 minutes, 15.4 seconds. Your first place finisher for the boys, sectional, with a new course record of 15 minutes, 30.6 seconds from Durand, Parker Schneider.
Congratulations, great job.
Congratulations, boys. Good luck at state for both teams and individuals. Coaches, before you leave today, make sure you see Coach Brian Hebner for your state parking passes. The qualifiers, the individual qualifiers and the team state coaches, make sure you check in or check out with Coach Hebner before you leave today. No cell phone has been turned in, but the young lady from Durand who lost her mitten, we do have that along with 2 other sets of gloves. All right, and now for the girls. '15th place with 410 points, Hillsboro. 14th place, Alma Center, Lincoln. 13th, Osseo Fairchild with 306. 12th place with 287, Viroqua. 11th with 271, Mondovi. In 10th with 228, Melrose Mindoro. In 9th with 225 points, Luther. 8th place today, 220 points, Bangor. 7th place, 182, Aquinas. 6th place, 181, Cashton. 5th place with 138, Westby. 4th place with 130, Brookwood. 3rd place with 127 points, Cochrane Fountain City. In 2nd place with 77 points, Durand. If the Durand runners would please come down and collect your medals. 7th place finisher for Durand, Olivia Bruting. 6th place finisher, Ferrari Wallace. 5th place, Charity Wallace. 4th, Ainsley Hagnes. 3rd, Kendall Hagnes. 2nd, Lauren Peterson. The 1st place finisher for the team from Durand, Chloe Off. And now for your sectional champion, 1st place team from the girls' side, Kickapoo Lafarge. 7th place for the girls, Colleen Griffey. 6th place, Lorena Soriano Nunez. 5th, Jadens Nagel. 4th, Lily Geary. 3rd, Jayla Nagel. 2nd, Autumn Jacks. The 1st place for the girls from Lafarge, Annalise Eggy. Congratulations, ladies from Kickapoo Lafarge.
My shoes are tied. That's so embarrassing.
All good? Smile. Bring it, kids. 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Don't go anywhere.
Proud of you, girl. 3, 2, 1.
And now for our top 5 individual runners here today that have qualified for state with a time of 19 minutes, 54.9 seconds from Melrose Mindoro, Claire Becker. Claire, come on down, take your medal and your place on the podium. Fourth place, from Cochrane Fountain City, Reese Errett. Third place, from Mondovi, Courtney Statter. Time of 1948. Reese was 1952. Second place, from Bangor, Anna Frank, with a time of 1947.6. Your sectional champion from the girls' side, from Royal, Mara Gruen. Mara's time, 19 minutes, 41.9 seconds. Congratulations, Mara. Once again, all individuals, please make sure you get your parking pass and the teams from Coach Heapner before leaving today.
What a terrific day today. It's the sun's shining and it's warm, 50-degree weather. Pretty much perfect. Speaking of pretty much perfect, is Kickapoo Lafarge with me, head coach Jake Gerke. And I tell you what, Jake, you guys ran phenomenal today. But coming in, people had their eyes on you.
They did, yeah. Our girls got to go to state last year, so they kind of put the Kickapoo Lafarge team's name on the map, and teams are kind of talking about us and stuff. But I think our boys were flying under the radar all year, and we knew we were very good. And we compete in such a great area of the state. There's so much good cross country in Southwest Wisconsin that you go to these meets and it's a dogfight every time you go. And our guys have really stepped up. We got a couple of great seniors that just said they didn't want this to be their last race, and they made it happen. So
watching, I picked up on Nolan right away early on in the race, and he was right up there in the front with that runner from Duran, a couple others in there. But and I think, didn't he finish third overall?
He was third, yeah.
I mean, that was just a tremendous run. And then the team, they just followed suit. It was like following that draft.
For sure. He's been a great leader all year. He's only a junior, but he's been a leader for us since his freshman year. I mean, he's just so good. But there's no cockiness or I'm better than you. He's motivating the team to do better, and they follow. And right down the line, from our 1 to our 7 to the guys that didn't get to run. It's just been there's such a great group to coach, guys and girls. It's so fun.
Well, and then you turn around and you talk about what was going on the girls' side with Annalise. My goodness, tell you what, that was just a great race. She did exactly what she needed to do in order to stay up in the top of things. And again, the team, Jake, it was just tremendous watching that pack running.
For sure. That we've been talking about all year. We're two schools, Kickapoo Lafarge, and two different. We compete against each other in some sports. We're with each other in some sports, and we went with we're the Panthers, they're the Wildcats, and we said that a group of wild feral cats together is called a destruction.
There you go.
And I looked it up, and so we've been saying that's been our motto all year. We're going to be a destruction everywhere we go, and so the boys and girls certainly did that this year, led by Annalise. She's been there all 7 years through middle school and high school, and she's just so tremendous, and everybody just followed her to the finish line, and it was I was full of tears watching it happen because it's amazing. So.
Well, and and how could you not be when you work with those young men and young women like that so much? I mean, you see that hard work and you want it so bad for them.
For sure. My oldest son's a sophomore, so he gets to be a part of this, and he's seen these guys and ladies throughout, and I have another younger son and a younger daughter, and what better role models? I don't know if they could find better role models than my team. So,
you know, one of the things as I was watching the runners come across at the end, and in the back of my mind, there was one part in there where 3 out of 4 runners were Kickapoo Lafarge girls, and I thought to myself, that right there is going to put them over the top and make it to state.
For sure. It's hard to believe that 3 runners on the same team can be equal, and all year long they've interchanged spots, and you don't know who's going to be number 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter. Where and the individual accolades are out the window here. It's you want your team to do well, and they all did what they had to, and they were motivating each other around. And if somebody wanted to fall back, the other 2 were no, get up here with us, and it's just so fun to watch it happen.
So now you prepare for the state tournament. That's always such a dogfight. What do you do to get the kids motivated again? Not that it takes that much probably, but what do you do to make sure that they're at their peak performance coming up on Saturday?
They've done everything I've asked all year, and we're in shape, we're motivated. Having the girls get there last year, it's not new to us anymore. It's not that you should take anything for granted, but we've been there, we know what to expect, and it's just going to make it a little bit less nerve-wracking and more enjoyable, and I'm going to tell them to go have fun and just soak it in. So
to me that's great advice, because you don't get there that often, and why not?
Happen again. So
right.
Yep.
Take it and just run with it, right?
Sure. Run with it is a great way to put it. That's right.
what we're doing.
Yep. For sure. For sure.
Well, Jake, congratulations here, the Westby sectional. You guys tremendous, and we look forward to watching you, and we wish you the best of luck next week at the state tournament.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, well, there you have it. The Kickapoo Lafarge, boy, nearly a clean sweep, a 1 and a 2. Can't ask for a whole lot better than that. Good luck again. We'll see you real soon out here somewhere on the course. Joining me now, head coach Brian Hebner of the Westby Norsemen. And coach, congratulations on such a well-run tournament, this cross-country D3 sectional. There's plenty of reasons why the WIAA brings teams here. You guys do an outstanding job, and the team competed well as usual. But let's talk a little bit real quick about the array of teams coming in today. That was quite an outstanding field.
Yeah, and each year you wait to kind of see how the sectional arrangements are going to be formulated, and then as the track season goes on, sometimes you get to see how kids are performing in track if they're out for track, and then obviously during the season you get to hopefully see some of them along the trail, and we just knew, especially on the girls' side, it was going to be highly competitive. Not to say anything that on the boys' side it wasn't, but yeah, it's kind of awe-inspiring to get that many great runners, individuals, and teams together.
Yeah. You take a look for the Norsemen, I tell you what, a really nice, strong finish from my standpoint. I know as a coach, I'm sure you'd love to see that extra, whatever you want to call it, to get them on to the state tournament. A 3rd place and a 5th place finish by the girls and the boys. Your assessment of today for the team?
Well, it's. I mean, you've coached long enough. Our take going into this is that we didn't want to do anything that we hadn't done. Nothing out of the ordinary was our plan, and you see teams rise up, and you see sometimes people become nervous, and as the race goes on, maybe don't perform as well as they had. And to a kid, our kids performed equal or above what they have been all season. So I was just real pleased with that. On the guys' side, that team from Kickapoo Lafarge just, I mean, they had a great race, and you just got to tip your hat to those kids and wish them well next week. And you can't take anything away from what our kids did, and just unfortunately it didn't work out for them.
Yeah. You know, the fact that they, you know, you had the two boys coming in back to back. I mean, that was awesome. And I was keeping my fingers crossed, thinking, man, is that going to be enough to help, you know, get them to the state tournament? They fell just a little short, but, you know, unfortunately, that's what competition does. But that effort was tremendous out there once again.
Yeah, I just, you know, I can't say enough about those two. You know, I mean, even this senior class with football last night, and kind of watching those kids as their season came to an end. I mean, you're going to talk about this in every sport, but I mean, these seniors going through the COVID stuff and the up and down and the turmoil over the last few years, and now as things hopefully kind of straighten out, you know, having these opportunities again, and these kids, these seniors are stepping up, and you know, those two are just absolute phenomenal leaders to a younger group of kids that we have, and so I'm just real thankful for them and the season that they had, and obviously it would have been icing on the cake for them to make it to the state meet, but that doesn't take anything away from the season that they had.
You know, take a look real quick with the girls. Again, they ran close together. They just need to be maybe a little closer, a little more up in the lineup, so to speak. But Denali, I thought, ran a really excellent race along with the teammates and stuff. Just outstanding job there. Came up a little short.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to sound kind of like, you know, biased towards the girls, but you know, with a daughter, maybe I watch it a little bit more closely than sometimes with the guys stuff. But you know, those top 5 individuals, that's a great performance. I should note too, I mean, on the guys' side, setting a course record, there's no difference. There's not taking anything away from the guys, but yeah. that lead girls pack coming into it, I kind of saw, and we had run against several of those girls over the course of the season, and in other races, you know, they win easily, and today it was those 5 battling it out over and over again, and so you mentioned my daughter just as a benchmark. You know, she ran, I mean, a very, very great race last week. And, you know, for her to run a personal best time today by about 12 seconds, that shows you what she accomplished, you know, so and that was a number of our girls. It's kind of unfortunate. We had a young lady that had been running really, really well that was unable to run today. I think that would have helped us out a little bit, but then on the flip side, we had a young lady, Natalie Miller, who has, you know, just come out of her shell and just ran, I mean, almost a minute faster than she did just a week ago. Wow. And this is just her 3rd race of the year. Oh, so, you know, it's the jump ball, if you will, of a season-ending performance. You know, we don't know. We can't go back and rerun it. We had some great performances, and you know, just the thing with those individuals, a lot of them come back next year.
You know, that's the really cool part, that story itself, and you think about the tough aspect of not being able to perform and then have a remarkable performance on top of that in return. That is just heartwarming, and yeah, isn't that exciting to have those kids coming back?
Yeah, and I mean, if you interviewed all of these teams, I mean, every team has those stories. You know, so we're obviously just kind of looking at our kids, but you know, you get them together afterwards, and you know, obviously it's very emotional, but I got a sense out of this group that they understood what they had done. You know, it wasn't the finality maybe of other seasons, because I think they realize there's more they're going to accomplish as athletes, and I think they realize also what they did this season, and they're happy with this. Obviously, not happy about maybe not making it on to that next step, but they realize this was a great effort on their part.
Yeah. That's excellent. I'm glad to hear that. They can keep their head held real high, as they say. Brian, thanks again for all your effort throughout this year, last year with things, like you said, with the COVID and everything, people never knowing, is there going to be competition, is there not? Your performance, your tenacity and getting things done, that detail stuff with you and Dave, all of it comes to a head right here today. Hats off to you guys for a job well done.
Thanks. We just hope each and every year that we can highlight what the school district has and our greatest commodity, our kids, and I think we do that, and just proud of the kids and being able to allow them the opportunity to run in front of their fans and their community, and they never disappoint.
Yeah. No, that they don't. And neither do you with what you're working with there. You do a great job with them, and I know they love every minute of it when they get out there ready to perform. So, Brian, thanks so much for taking the time out here. Appreciate all that you're doing.
Thanks. I appreciate you too, Ken.
All right. And that's going to be it here for the Westby Sectional. Teams are set. Individuals are set. All coming up next week. Once again, the state cross-country meet. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. So long for now.